Texas went through a winter storm. So, Doc, tell us about it, because you personally had some issues with this, no?
Yeah. So we had I don't know what, like a week-long ice age. Like let's just call it that. So essentially, Texas got fucked by a winter storm. Um, I mean, I don't know if they didn't expect it to show up to Texas or they didn't expect it to do what it did, but it definitely kicked Texas in the balls.
A late winter
And
Geddon or whatever.
yeah, it really got in. And Texas panicked, and everything pretty much broke all across the state. So now I'm kind of living through the fallout of all that. We have like what the EROTC, and everyone's questioning and why they messed up. Um, the governor's, out for blood to figure out what happened and stuff like that. And it was a whole mess. So for those of you that don't know, I'm sure you saw it on the news that Texas was in a winter storm, but
How
we
cold did
ended
it
up.
get?
So the coldest night for me outside was 8 degrees.
Dang.
Um, the warmest in my apartment on that night was, I think, 40, 50. So it wasn't super, super bad for me. But I can only imagine like the homeless people and stuff like
Huh.
that, and other people that had poorly insulated homes and stuff like that. I was lucky enough to live in a really old apartment complex that's brick, so it holds heat like a mother. And normally it sucks because it's an old place. People don't live in here because Texas is hot and it keeps heat in. And this was that one time where like the fact that I hate that part of this building actually helped me out the most. So it was weird.
Hey,
Also,
blessing in disguise, dog.
yeah, it was insane.
Because I
Also,
saw
the
some
pipes in
pictures,
my
dude.
building are like they're made like solid because they're old. So they didn't actually burst.
Nice.
Only the exposed pipes on like one of the rooms to the laundry room actually were the only ones that bursted, but it was like totally easy fix compared to
Dude,
like
that's awesome.
the newest buildings downtown that almost all had their pipes break because they all
I've
have
seen some of
sprinkler
the pictures
systems.
and the videos, dude. They're
Yeah,
crazy.
the sprinkler systems, they're super thin pipes, man, and those things just shattered like nothing. Millions of gallons were like thrown out into the street, and then it just froze over. It turned into a freaking ice river because it was so cold, and they spread out the water. I don't know if you saw that video of the domain where it's just like gallons gushing out of the building. It looks like a river.
Hmm.
And so the whole big issue too, like it's also being politicized and stuff like that because liberals are saying that the Republicans are blaming the ice turbines freezing, or not the ice turbines, but like the wind turbines freezing for us losing power. But the truth of the matter is, the whole like stigma of Republican energy comes from coal and all that stuff. That thing froze too. The gas mill and stuff like that, that froze too. The turbines, like I said, froze.
Texas wasn't
Um,
built for this.
it just wasn't. Everything's exposed. Everything's weighed down because you're used to hurricanes and
Could have made it.
tornadoes, but everything's outside. And so when the cold came, it was all exposed and it just popped it all. And so one of the worst things about Austin, though, was that the entire state was advised to cycle energy so that some people could have some on time to warm their homes and then, lose it to give it to other people. We're all going to share energy so that we could all stay warm throughout the week. Well, my city is not built like that because my city has all of the hospitals and emergency centers in one area. So when they shut off the power, they realized they can't cycle energy because to cycle it would have to divert it from the places that have it on currently. And that was the center of the city. And if they did that, then they would kill everybody in the hospitals. So for like 4 days, they just shut down all the residences everywhere. And we just had to sit and wait it out. And then we just had to deal with it. Well, like San Antonio and I don't know about Dallas and how they made it, but they were like cycling their energy. They were doing what they were supposed to, and we weren't. We were just sitting there, just freezing our asses off. It fucking sucked. So
Yeah,
that's a
you, you,
whole
you had to get
that's a
out of
whole
there. You got out of
bullshit.
there in time, too.
Yeah. I was lucky enough to bail out of the city once the sun came out. I'd never driven in ice, and I hated it, but I made do because I just didn't want to sit in the middle of the city and play The Last of Us. So
Yeah, dude, driving on ice sucks, man. In my
He
neighborhood
said
here,
play
and
The Last of Us.
I'm gonna with this guy.
It got that way, bro. I hiked for 3 miles to a convenience store downtown to get some food because I'd been out of food for 2 days. Yeah, dude. Everything in my apartment's electric. When everything went, when the power went, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't boil water. I didn't have dry wood to make a fire. I mean, I probably would have burnt down that guitar if it got bad enough. But
don't you have a tree outside your apartment? Those little bushes.
It's wet.
It's true.
It's ice, bro.
You could bring it
inside. You can't burn wet wood. It takes forever, and you waste all your gas trying to light it on fire. So you have to make sure wood stays dry.
I know I say dry, but I mean, I wouldn't immediately burn my guitar. I'd at least go get the bushes and start preparing. Like,
honestly, man, that guitar would
like that's your guitar, dog.
No, that would be the last case scenario. If anything, that would be kindling. But
yeah, you make that switch. You just make that switch, huh?
Yeah,
Doc's gonna survive.
I'm trying to think. No power. What do you do, dog?
Dude, people died, man. I'm gonna be real with you.
Didn't a family die from carbon monoxide?
They burnt their home down. They're trying to keep it warm.
Man,
a couple different stories. There was people who burnt their house down too. Had the grill on.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody actually died from. I don't know if it's asphyxiation technically, but
yeah, they did. Oh, carbon monoxide.
Yeah, exactly. Like some people had their generators inside their homes and stuff like that, and then I think they died from the monoxide because you're not supposed to keep it inside.
Yeah, there was a mom and daughter who died leaving the car on in the garage.
Yeah, right here, Dallas man found dead. Many may have died from carbon monoxide poisoning during winter storm.
Yeah, it was, and it's crazy that it was like 3 days, dude. Literally by the following Saturday, it was 70 degrees again, and we were just like, oh, okay, I guess we're back to normal. But the crazy thing within Austin too is that when all the power went out and everything, the water went out too, man. And like the power plant for the water, when that thing went out, all of our water was completely just unpurified. We had to boil it for like 4 days. I barely got water yesterday and took a shower as soon as I got it. I hadn't showered in like 8 days, dude.
Damn.
I literally ended a work call and was like, yo, I am out. I'm starting to stick to myself. Like, I'm done.
I got to shower.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's tragic, man. Yo, I was reading this. This one said,
yeah, I seen it.
A 70-year-old man died after falling on his front lawn and being stuck in the cold for 2 hours.
Oh, man, that's heartbreaking, bro.
I know, dude. That boy. Oh my God. I have a dark sense of humor. I now officially know I have a dark sense of humor.
All right,
this has nothing to do with me. I did not put this thought in my head.
Just say it.
I was like, that boy needed life alert, boy. He had that button around his neck. Told him he fell.
Dude.
And he couldn't get up.
8 degrees. You said 8 degrees.
Yeah, I woke up. I looked at my Apple Watch. I saw an 8 for its temperature. That's normally 2 to 3 digits. I laughed and I grabbed another blanket and just went back to bed.
Dude,
I would have went insane.
Nuts.
I hate the cold. I would have went fucking insane. I hate the cold. The only type of cold I like is when it get too hot under them blankets and you put that 1 foot out the cover. You know what I'm saying? Let that 1 foot get the little breeze in, and you're like, okay, balance. Balance is a key. Other than that, I hate the cold. I wear 10 boots to sleep if I got to. Heck no.
And it's not even like a heavy snowstorm too. It was only like 6 inches of snow. Like other places, like that's nothing, man. It's just Texas isn't built for it, man.
Yeah, that's all that happened. Is Texas not built for snowstorms? Like, because this happens in cities, and this doesn't happen. That's only because like they insulate their piping, and like you said, the windmills they have they're winterized. Texas is just like.
It's crazy, dude, because in that day when I went hiking into the convenience store, Austin looked like Chicago. Like, I was walking through it, and I was like, dude, this looks like Chicago. Like, there's the river, everything's in snow, and the natural park and stuff like that. And I was just like, holy crap, I've never seen the city look like this.
Was it beautiful, though?
It was really pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just, it was rough because the grocers really couldn't check people out. People didn't prepare, and even then, the morning of when our power went out, they sent out a tweet saying like, "Hey, we're just cycling power. Like, don't worry."
I mean, people just made the best of it,
days.
Like,
and then
some
we were like,
dogs
"Yo,
got to
come
experience.
on!" Like,
what does that do for Corona?
Yeah. Oh man.
Well, okay, so that's actually the thing that I've been thinking about. That's like the going to be the fallout, and we're still like the first week of it. And usually, Corona, completes its incubation the second week. So I think in a week we're going to have a huge spike in cases because of so many people that crowded together. Like I know people that just gave up on the idea that corona exists and just were like, I don't care, I'm going to go into a shelter, I don't care, I'm going to go into my family's place and 10 of us are going to be in there.
I mean, that makes sense. The immediate danger was the winter storm. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, I mean, people just didn't care, dude. I myself was in a home with like 5 or 6 people, and I haven't been in a home with that many people for longer. I haven't been around that many people in a year.
Probably nice,
I'll be
low
honest.
key.
It kind of was, yeah. It was good to be around some people for a while, man. But I hadn't
would've
seen
lit
people
that
like that in a
propane.
year, man.
We looked at that mobile, that little.
It was your
portable
brother, right?
propane thing.
Yeah.
Does he have roommates? Or is it? his
Uh,
family?
yeah, and then other people. Like I took somebody that's a close friend of ours. Like I picked him up and was like, dude, we're going. Like, cause he has what we need. Like he had power, energy. He had the better part of a deer. So I mean, we were set. Like we could
The
for the
better
week.
part of a deer.
Yeah, man, it
How did
was
he
good
get this
meat, man.
deer?
Like,
How
That's
did he get the
badass.
deer?
huh?
How did he get the deer?
Oh, he's friends with hunters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he actually, as a hobbyist, likes to skin the deer and cook. He's a what do they call him? A pit master?
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he likes to prep the animal and stuff like that. And a lot of people like that's messy work and they don't like
I
it.
like doing it.
But
Yeah.
my brother finds some kind of peace in it. And he likes getting the cut, making sure it's super lean, making sure the meat is like in the right, I guess, the form to be pit
I would
mastered
equate it.
or like grilled, and then he likes to actually do the grilling process himself. And so people bring him meat so that they can have it prepped, and he'll usually keep some of it as like a favor.
Yeah. Okay.
Dang. I bet he
That's
makes a
pretty nice.
great deer then.
Yeah. It was funny because he had a pressure cooker, and so I don't know if you all have ever eaten deer, but deer is a very gamey meat.
I've heard.
No,
And
yeah.
so in the pressure cooker, that thing,
I've had to eat cow
basically
tongue before.
the hit of the heat tears apart all of the tendons, and so it turns the meat into a really soft meat, and it's really good.
It actually makes sense to cook it like that. That's why I like smoked turkey when it's pressure cooked.
No, dude, I've eaten a cow tongue. I'm pretty sure I can. I've had I think I've had deer jerky,
I've never had
but I
deer.
don't think I've had deer. Well, I mean, deer jerky. Technically
Bro,
deer
cow
meat,
tongues
but-
are my people's delicacy, bro. You say it like you went to an exotic land and fucking eat that shit. I was like, dude, I
Nah,
can
my
get
mom
that
eats
on
cow tongue.
Sunday.
My mom eats cow tongue. It's slick like beef. It's just like spongy.
Not that it was
Yeah,
exotic. I'm just.
I
saying,
actually don't like the exterior of the tongue though. It's too
Me
leathery.
neither. Yeah,
It feels like I'm licking meat off a belt.
That's what I'm saying.
I refuse.
So,
I just get the beef, dude. You get the beef, goat meat, lamb, all that good shit.
All
Lamb
right,
chop
well,
king.
I'm glad you're back, Doc. Missed you last week, bro.
yeah,
back to
happy to be
society.
out of that.
Glad it worked out for all my friends. Fortunately, all my friends came out. Some of them not so much.
One of them became a celebrity.
Oh yeah,
That's
we
pretty
did have
tight.
people
He became
being
an activist.
becoming infamous throughout the week from it.
All right,
We'll
let's
let
check
y'all figure out who that is.
this guy.
Spread that out there.
This guy.
Scavenger hunt, y'all.
Whatever.
Yo, so thanks for watching a clip of FDT. If you like what you heard, be sure to subscribe, like the clip, leave a comment, and check out our page for more content. Tune into full episodes of FDT released every Friday on Podbean, iTunes, and Spotify. Peace.